loves, welcome back to your phase 3 of the road mapping session. Now you have your full on roadmap. You've made it pretty. You've added whatever you wanted to add to it. You've taken away what you didn't want. And now it's about moving into action. How are we going to get all these beautiful steps into your planner so they actually make sense and they're actually obtainable? So let's go. Okay. So, what we now want to do is we're going to talk about really quickly the supports, how you're going to move those supports into action, your foundations, how are you going to make sure that you keep the foundation strong so you can support it as it continues to support you. And then we'll talk a little bit about the salves and as well as the challenges and how you can make those work for you. Okay. So the first thing here, I just, for the sake of time, took one of the fake supports that I created and used retail space. So you can see kind of how it's lined up here. You want to start to take your supports and break it down into action item steps, movements, whatever you want to call it. You want to start to break those down into pieces that you can move into your planner. You're going to do this for each one of your supports. So, let's say, for instance, my retail space, I want to research possible locations. I can also write down what questions I have so I can get them out of my head and onto this piece of paper. Okay. So, what do I need in the space? What's my budget? And then a due date, because we need this to be obtainable, but we also need a due date because without a due date, it's pointless. You may not get it done. This list is going to be longer than this. Okay, this is just a short little list just for this exercise. Your list is going to be longer potentially if it's a big support. Now, the other thing that's important is your foundations. As I said, what is pouring into you, you want to make sure you're pouring back into it on a regular basis. Now, it doesn't need to be as long as your supports. Family, monthly outing, eating dinner together, and I can put those in my planner. I can actually plot those out. Okay, so plan that, right? Plan that in. When are those going to be? Okay? Get those in there. They're just as important as when you're plotting the support. And then last, your salves and challenges. So you can absolutely make a little grid inside of next to your roadmap if you want to, over here, like down here, something like that, that shows your challenges and your salves. So the trick to these is that your salves are what soothe you and what heal you when you're in the challenges because they're gonna come. So if you know the challenges are going to come, you're preparing yourself in a way that you know, I know I'm going to have challenges. So when those challenges come, I have these salves to kind of help me. So if your thing, mine was procrastination, as I said in the last video. So when I procrastinate, I will blank. Whatever your thing is, whatever that salve is, take one of those salves and put it in there. You can write this out. Whenever I procrastinate, I will go dance for 15 minutes, right? Again, giving everything as much quantity and quality as you can. So if it's, I'm going to dance for 15 minutes, okay. When that happens, when you start procrastinating, oh gosh, paying attention to your energy. I'm procrastinating right now and I know it. Being real with yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go dance for 15 minutes. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go. It snowed in Boston yesterday. I'm gonna go play in the snow for 15 minutes and then I'm gonna come back. Whatever your thing is, if it's play, if it's singing, if it's creativity, try to make sure you have that somewhere where you can see it, okay? So that you can reference it when you need it most. Now, some quick tips. I'm reading off of this little card here. So, quick tips to help you as you are moving through this process. Number one, remember these can change. All stuff happens, life happens. So if you feel like you want to have a spreadsheet, you can do that. Maybe you don't want to have a lot of markouts in your planner. You can also use the back sheets, those inserts that separate the months. Use that as kind of your project planning. Maybe write your dates and things, the specifics in pencil first because they may change and you may not want a lot of scratch outs. So write it in pencil, and then when it becomes permanent, you did it, you got it done, then you can put it in pen because you finished it. You can do this month by month, week by week, quarter by quarter, whatever feels right for you. As long as you keep moving and getting plotting your things in, you're golden. Okay. Work backwards if that helps. So you could work from the space of, if I'm in retail space, that's my support. I could work from, I already have the retail space, and then work my way backwards and fill in those, plot in those dates from there. So that's the other thing that you can do. Last thing here, give yourself space and grace. I'm going to say that again in case you didn't hear it. Give yourself space and grace as you were in this process. Okay. There are going to be times, of course, we make the best laid plans and it doesn't work out exactly how you planned it. Take a moment, take it in, be frustrated or sad or whatever your emotion is. Take that time to be in that space and then look for whatever the light is in that space. If there is a light, if you're like, oh no, we are shifting because I'm letting that go, I'm leaving this. If that's what you need to do, that is fine as well. But give yourself space and grace here. If you can only do this for 10 minutes at a time and then you need to take a break, all right, cool. You can do it 30 minutes at a time. Cool. Take a break, right? Do what it is you need to do so that you can feel comfortable moving through this. Sometimes we'll sit and we'll be like, if I don't plan the whole entire year, it's not going to happen. That is overwhelming because way too much, if you are, just anybody that you are and have a lot of things going on, things can change. So keeping that flexibility so that you don't get stressed out and make yourself feel like, I forget it, I can't do this. And you may get to that point too. I'm just saying and being real there. You may get to that point, and that's when you need a salve, right? Or draw or dance or sing or whatever you need to do to get yourself centered. Okay. So, again, give yourself space and grace in this process, especially if you're new to planning and you're really trying to move toward your goals. Give yourself space and grace. Okay. This is not something that's taught to us all the time. So, baby steps. It's all good. So, I'm going to leave you with that. Until next time, sending you an overflowing abundance of love, laughter, and so much peace. Let's go light up the world, y'all. Let's get it. All right.